Because lots could mean...
What the fuck? Look at that big bird. Jesus Christ. We might have to move, cunt. That is fucking huge.
We're doing the episode from outside.
Can we move? I'm scared. Cunt!
Just calm down. We're doing the episode from outside tonight. It's going well at the moment.
Oh my god, I'm so scared.
Continue on, Joe. Riley, just don't look at it. It's not going to come land on you.
It will. Please.
It's all landing. It's all landing.
Keep telling the story, Joe. Oh! I'm out. Oh, fuck.
Oh, it's hard to control.
That makes it worse.
G'day and welcome to the MacPack Podcast.
back.
My name's Jake McKenna, and to my left this week, in order of the most amount of nasal sniffles we've had all year, it's my little brother Joe. How are you, Joe? Boy!
I'm going good, Jake. But yeah, look, I got allergies. I can't switch them up for the podcast.
12 months of the year, the boy has allergies.
Scumbag.
And to my right, coming in at 6'1", as he does each and every week, is the baby brother of the pack, who we call Junior Boy. Junior Boy, how are you?
Well, I'm good. I reckon the reason that I don't sniffle all year is because I don't have a bit of metal stuck up my nose.
Oh, you reckon it's the little bit of nasal ring
No, like the nose ring adds style. It doesn't add allergies.
style, he reckons.
Yeah.
Boys, it's MacPack season 2021, a year in review. We're doing a best
yeah.
of.
Hell yeah.
We're doing a best of album. We set out the question, what is your favourite tale from 2021? You sent back your answers, and today we have a top 5 for you, so strap in. Let's get into it. Boys.
Brother Mingo.
3, 2, 1.
Happy
New
Year! It's great to be here in 2022.
How are we, guys?
Fuck, it feels good. It's 2022, boys. How are you
Welcome
doing?
to 2022.
Was it 2021 or was it 2020 fun?
Oh, I love
Oh, it's a great question.
Oh, good.
Boys, welcome. We're actually out. We're outside. We're on the patio. We're
Yes,
outside. It's
that.
a
Outside
summer.
again.
Chilling out the back.
It's a summer session.
Fuck yeah.
We're in the merch, which is
Yeah.
treating us
Me
nicely.
and Joe Boy, we're in the Let's Get Into
Let's
It
get
merch.
into
And
it.
Jake, we're in the MacPass.
The baby blue box.
The baby blue box.
Boys, we're counting down. We sent out. I just mentioned in the little intro we just did then, but we put out the question to the people of Perth.
Fuck yeah.
What was your favourite tale from year 2021 from the MacPack Podcast?
Fuck.
And the answers came in hot.
They were all good, were they not?
They came
So
in.
many to
we-
choose from.
Yeah, the stacks. We slimmed it down to 20, which I thought was like, I don't know. I thought it might have been an excessive list, but a lot of them got votes. Like a lot of them got votes, and it was quite equal. I actually put up a secondary post to go, all right, make
need
sure
to
you
split
get
them.
them in, because this was sort of the differentiation. And thankfully, a lot of people, even less than the first bunch, but
So these were the top 5 voted in by the fans of the podcast.
that is correct. We'll be going through 5-1, a bit of a Triple J's hot as 100.
Oh.
But it's a hot as 5.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We're pretty excited. Should we announce? Let's just announce the first one off the bat.
Hell yeah. Let's
Yeah.
get into it, as we say.
Coming in at number
As I said on my
5.
shirts.
Can anyone guess what came in at number 5?
Number 5.
Oh, there's a lot of good stories.
We had some absolute classics throughout the year.
We did. We had a heap.
I honestly think all of the episodes should be in this. This should just be a...
There's a lot of tales that Riley can't with, which
50
I think
hour.
is pretty telling, because he's a side splitters. His stories.
He's a what?
Yeah.
He's a side splitters.
What does that mean?
They're funny. They make you
They make
gaggle.
you laugh.
Oh.
They make you laugh out loud. Cats.
I thought you meant they were
They make
controversial.
you laugh
There's two
out
sides.
loud.
No.
No.
It's like you're laughing so much that you like split. You split open.
You split your sides, mate.
Oh,
All right.
yeah. Plenty more to come.
Coming in at number 5.
Here we
Let's get on with it.
Is it a junior story?
It is.
Oh, shit.
It is, and it happens to our man, Max Fox. Ladies and gentlemen, number
Foxy!
5 for 2021.
This was an absolute night to remember, this one.
We present Max Fox and his Trans-Perth Chunder.
I went out on the weekend, had my first wine tour.
Oh,
Hell
that's
yeah.
right. You teased that a couple of weeks ago.
It was good times.
Do you drink any wine?
Nah.
Wine sucks.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. We only went to one winery as well. 3 pubs.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, it's a short day if that's like,
Yeah.
you just go to one place and you don't like the wine there. You're like,
Actually,
oh, okay.
I didn't buy any drinks. Do you know what I bought? We got to, what's it called? Mash or Mosh?
Mash.
That was the one winery we got to. And there was...
It's a brewery.
Yeah, but it's
Oh,
the one
fuck,
in
no.
Swan Valley.
Yeah. And then everyone was getting drinks, and I was like, "Fuck, that chook burger looks good." So I got a chook burger.
No.
I was like,
Is that what you call it?
it's
chook
it's
burger?
called chook
Oh,
burger.
okay. That could be a thing we do. We don't call them chicken burgers. We just call them chook burgers.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Vocabulary.
Bang.
The
Pencil
chook
that down.
burger,
The
yeah.
chook, not the cook. The chook.
That's what I fucking say.
Yeah.
I went up to the chick who was hosting. I was like, "When are we
The
leaving?"
chook.
When are we? When's the next stop? And she was like, "Oh, probably like an hour." And I was like, "That's enough time to devour a chook burger." And then I went out that night to a Kanye West on repeat night.
Oh,
Hell
right.
yeah.
Was he there in the flesh?
No, unfortunately.
We've been to a couple. We've been to the Taylor Swift.
This
Ariana
one was
Grande.
this one was definitely probably the best. Oh, Ariana was good, but this one was like they didn't play much Kanye. Probably played like 5 to 10 Kanye songs.
What is it? Just to do with an iPod? I think I've said this before. Just
DJ.
It's a DJ, but he was playing a lot of Drake stuff, which is controversial because
They don't
They
get
don't
on.
like each
beef.
other.
No.
And then, but yeah, everyone in the mosh. Do you know how like? Because I've probably mentioned it before. We like circle up, like me and the boys.
Yeah.
There's probably like 5 or 6 of us in a
open up the
circle.
pit.
So you can do some breakdancing
We
in
were
the
getting
guts.
everyone in. There's probably like we had like a huge circle.
They don't like
At
it when you do
20
that.
man.
We used to do it.
Oh, we loved it.
We used to do it when we would go out and like the circle begins to form, and bouncers are just like pushing people back into the
Really?
circle to close them up. Yeah, they do not appreciate.
Yeah, they
people
go
There's
pretty
six people
far.
just
They're
run in
fun.
and just
But no,
cause
but they're gonna smash bodies. But also, it looks like there's a fight about to break
Oh
out.
yeah.
And so they're very quick to shut these circles down.
like in school when I remember one time at school there was this massive circle on the oval and these teachers like running to it, but it was just like a gag. They were doing rock paper scissors in the middle.
That's all time. That is one for the ages.
But yes, we were on the train. We were walking out of the sewing room, and we were heading toward the train station to get to the train to Murdoch, and everyone would get off their own stops. And there's probably like 10 of us, 15 of us, and one of the boys, Foxy. We
Foxy.
don't talk about Foxy much, but he's the main character in the group. He was slowly walking, and then he started to like.
Is his last name Fox?
Max Fox.
Because I remember
Yeah.
meeting him. He looks a lot like a fox.
He does.
He does a bit like kind of sly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little cunt. No, we love you, Foxy. And he and yeah, he like slowly started to drag behind a bit, and then he like leaned on a bin.
Foxy.
Yeah, and it was like trying to yak.
Oh,
Not
nice.
trying to yak. We were like, and we were like really egging him on, like we
Like
were
a
all,
cat trying to bring up a furball.
We
That's
were
what
all,
I'm
like, egging him
imagining.
on, like,
Like a fox trying to bring up
Yeah.
bring up a cat.
we were running up to him, and we were like, trying to get him to get it up, and then he got like a little bit out, and then we got on the train, and we were standing in the standing area of the train because it was like busy, just a bunch of like drunk teens on the train.
Yeah.
And then we were like standing around, and then we got to Canning Bridge. No, we got to Bull Creek, so we were on the train for like 10 minutes at this point, and the Foxy was being pretty quiet, and we
His
were all
mouth
like,
is just full of vomit.
Oh no.
we were all
You good, Foxy? Never.
we were all loving life. We were having yarns, and then like Eddie, because Eddie and Foxy get off at the same stop, like at Coburn. So then Eddie was like, "You good, bro? Like only a few more stops." And he's like, "I need to get up now."
Oh no.
And then as supportive friends, we were like, "Nah, Foxy, you're fine."
There's nothing better than telling someone else that they don't feel sick when they know that they feel sick.
That's what the
No,
boys- that's
you'll
what they
be
did
right.
to me at Butterfly, and it just doesn't. It never ends well. Like,
Oh, no.
just let them go.
Yeah.
You know?
Except the L.
And then
Fuck.
Except the W, the fuck the Y.
and there were a few like train security guards on the train, like in our carriage, like just like down at the other like pole. You know, like they have the poles right next to the doors.
Yeah.
We were at one door, they're at the other door, and then Foxy was like leaning up against the pole, and then he did like a little bit of like, you know how like the pole like has like it's like a big
Ooh.
pole, but then it also has like 4 like little
Yeah,
handles.
yeah.
And like Foxy put his mouth in between them
What?
because he felt sick and he's like needed to rest his face on something, and then he was like,
Oh no, I see where you go. Oh.
and like a little bit of spit came out. So then me and like 2 of the other boys, like, so we started to walk away a little bit. And then we're like doing gags like about Foxy and stuff.
While he's there contemplating
I don't
whether or
know.
not he wants to go get on this bus or get underneath the bus.
And there were people like standing right in front of him, like the boys. And there was a girl as well. And and then Foxy just like he coughed.
Cough.
He cough bombed.
Oh.
Shit went everywhere. He hit the roof. Everyone on the train just started pissing themselves. Everyone's like, "Oh no, this kid!" And then they're legit like looking at the roof and it's like dripping down. And then one of the boys like got it all on his denim jacket 'cause he like coughed through to him. And because it was like an upward projectile, like it actually got a like
A bit of 45-degree angle on it.
The
and then-
parabolic motion.
yeah. And then one of the boys like ran over to us who was standing down the other end of the like a little bit further away, like just pissing ourselves. He was like, boys, like there are some like thugs sitting over there, and the vomit just landed all on them, and they're not happy. So we all just got off at Murdoch because we didn't want to risk.
When you vomit on a transfer vehicle, do they add the little vomit charge to your smart rider like an Uber?
Oh fuck, we didn't even scan in. But the worst thing was like we were kind of like trying to like body block a little bit from the security guards because they thought they were gonna come tell us off. But then they like kind of looked down our way, and then I like watched them. They just like turned around and walked away.
Yeah, just pretend that we didn't see it. Because the moment that you see someone's vomit, you gotta do
your
something.
vomit.
Yeah, you gotta do something about that.
It was-
Unless you just ignorant and just turn and walk the other way.
Watching it come out of Foxy's mouth, though, just it's a sight imprinted in my.
How does did you check in? Did he get off? He would have got off.
Oh yeah, he got off with
with
us. He was fine. He didn't yak anymore after that.
Oh my god, that is one for
So
the
good.
ages. On your
Love you, Foxy.
on your Copsy.
Max Fox, eh?
Max Fox, the big king, the big vomit boy, the Transperth's least favourite.
Just no respect for the Mandrelline, eh? Just
Hate-
disrespect.
Hates it, the big dog.
What a king, though.
Have you
Um,
seen anyone clean it? Like, when do they clean it? Do they clean it when the train like gets taken to the
I
station?
think it just dries.
Or does
That's
someone like,
so far.
or does the cleaner have to like try and tag on? Like,
Where? That's a great question. Surely they get cleaned, mind you. Like the patterns,
fuck, you know.
the patterns on the Transperth line. Have you seen? Like you know how all the bus and all the
Yeah, yeah.
trains are like in a weird
The
pattern.
Perth ones, yeah.
They're done so you can hide
Shit.
Dirt.
basically dirt. If you ever sit on one, I'd challenge the people of TikTok to sit on one
Yeah.
and just smack the shit out of the chairs.
Oh, they puff.
Oh man, it is
Puff.
disgusting.
Like
Dust
a-
everywhere.
Love that, like a little LeBron James clap.
Yeah, just way filthier.
Might be able to get a Max Fox yak
Wa-
soon.
Yeah, way filthier. How is
What a
Foxy?
king.
Is he recovered? Did
Yeah,
that-
it's
Yeah?
there's been a few months, so yeah. I told him because I clipped that and put it on TikTok.
yeah.
I told him it got a fair few thousand views, and he was like, "Oh, I'm famous." Luxy.
For all the right things.
So,
All right,
now
boys.
every time we get on a train, he's sticking his fingers down his throat, trying to give me content. It's fun.
It's good how like Uber. You film in an Uber, the charger.
Oh
On a
yeah.
train, they don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah.
They're not adding an
It's
extra charge on your side, right? Yeah.
It's encouraged.
If you're
trains.
if you're like getting the class where you get the late train out of the city and then you like Uber home from Murdoch.
Yeah.
Just tack yak on the train.
empty your guts early.
It's the best way to go. Yeah.
Free vom.
There was Transperth people. Was that what you mentioned? I think there was Transperth people
Yeah, there
on
were
the
security
bus.
guards down the end of our carriage.
And they just turned a blind eye.
Yeah, they turned around and walked away.
Yeah, good.
One of the no food is one of the rules. They never said anything about yakking. There's no little photo of a man vomiting.
So
With a big
naughty.
cross.
What's
Boys, that brings us to number 4.
hell yeah.
Have we got any guesses?
What is the number 4?
Number 4 came in pretty recently.
Give me a hint.
It was one of my favorite. It was one of my favorite comments from the show. It came from myself actually.
Hey,
Just
Jakey!
a little rare zinger.
A humble man.
It was at the
Jakey.
it was at the very end of a discussion that we were having about school swimming, which is one of my favorite pastimes, which I think I mentioned off the top.
Yeah. It was one of our like MacPack nostalgia segments.
Yeah, and it went a few different ways. I think we're going to be doing a fair few more nostalgia segments as we progress into 2022. So stay tuned for that
Fuck yeah.
because we have some great references to basically cool Australian things that happen.
Yep.
We come up with some funny little references, and on this occasion, if you tune in for the whole duration, you'll get to hear one of our favourite Aussie references, the Grommet Kid. All right, boys, it is obviously summertime. Welcome, summer is here.
Hell yes.
Is here.
Now, I was thinking during the week, one of my favourite pastimes about summer was largely primary school. I'm sure we'll mention a few different elements of this over the next couple of weeks because the end of the year at primary school is all time.
Term 4 is just a fucking write-off.
I'm fucking oath.
Legit.
Term 1 is awkward. Term 2...
Primary school is just a fucking ride.
Dude, I was talking about this at work the other day.
68er.
The amount of times in primary school you're just like colouring in.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's a good vibe. Do you ever... I don't know if anyone...
And the turns we were
Here
singing.
we go. We're swinging. That's very
Like,
Catholic.
we just like instead of like we'd rehearse for church the next day. Remember that?
Yeah. Church
What?
rehearsals.
That's like
Didn't want to
for what?
fuck. Do you want to fuck
For, like,
church up?
The 3 like
Those 3 songs that we only sang every
I meant
week.
like the
for-
3 like casual like the 3 people that come into the school to like not to watch the kids sing,
guests.
but like the 3 people attending the mass as if it's just like a public mass. Like, why are we rehearsing so
There always
much?
used to be those. This isn't anything what we're meant to talk about. There always used to be when we go to these liturgical singings. So we used to have liturgical. Oh, let's do it. We're in now. We used to do liturgical singing on a Tuesday arvo,
That's it.
and it was just like we'd all go to the church. We'd
Vibe
all
out.
perch up in the pews, and we used to get like the old like the fuck off old projector up.
Yep.
One chick would have like the old, like, what were they? They were just like pieces of plastic with like the lyrics on them, run them over the
Yeah.
board, and that would get projected onto this fuck off whiteboard. And then for the best part of an hour, we would just pretend to sing. Like, no one would ever sing. They just open their mouth. It was just like the shittest Britney Spears mime
used to
act of
sing.
all
I used to
time.
sing, yeah.
I did not used
There
to
was-
sing.
There was also, for those who don't know, liturgical sing, we just do the hymns at church.
And hers. Come on, Joe, you're better than that. It's
There-
2021.
Then there was always like those one or two kids who were like good at singing.
Yeah, belting them
And they
out.
would, oh my God, there was
Just
one girl. in
Confidence
primary
does
school-
not equal ability when it comes to singing, despite what we might think when
Wow.
we do our little bits and pieces. And then you have church first thing the following morning. It was the teacher was just like, well, remember how we did it yesterday? We're doing it again. But it was every single fucking week.
Was it every week or was it fortnights?
No, it was every week, man. I'm sure it was every week. Wasn't it? Oh no,
I
it was no, it was fortnight. You're right.
Do you know
You're
what sucked? Funny thing.
right. Going?
This is a little very, very off topic. We used to have, buddies.
Yep.
Yeah.
And us and the year one buddies we had were like, we were going to meet every fortnight, Tuesday arvos. We had fucking liturgical singing, so we never met them.
You never met them for
No,
a whole
met 'em
year.
once, and then that was it. Then we started doing liturgical singing instead.
Well, the teachers have one
They just
job.
cut
and
that
it's just
shit
That's
off.
like where-
organise when
Fucking
the
hell, man.
buddies are going to be.
In year 6, I was on the what do you call it, like student committee or whatever, which is funny because it's like you have a bunch of like 10-year-olds who are like organizing events and stuff.
Yeah, what the fuck?
We counted money and stuff that we weren't qualified to be doing this.
Yeah, they definitely do a recount.
But we just had it in Italian. So me and the 3 other kids on the committee, we just not do Italian all year.
Oh, I thought you meant you were counting Italian cash. Anyway, what we're going to
Swimming
start,
lesson.
what we're going to talk about was, in term 4 is when we used to do our swimming lessons. Now, we'd all jump on, it used to be like a big
Did we have
deal.
to pay for them?
I don't think we did.
I think they were included
Personally.
in the school fees.
Oh, okay.
It was a vibe, especially like we didn't used to live that far from the school that we went to. We used to walk down, and that was basically it. But you have to fill out like a fucking fancy form to
Permission
say that you
form.
were going to go and all
Yep.
this shit. And then you get there and you had to pack like 2, sometimes 3 bags. So you had your towel, you had to, I think that's right. You used to wear your shorts that you were going to
Underneath,
swim
yeah,
in
yeah.
underneath the shorts, like your school clothes, right? Now in the early,
Did you wear them underneath?
yeah, in
Did
the,
you wear them?
Yeah. So
we weren't allowed to just wear them. We had to wear them underneath, right? Well, you could. Okay, it could go one of 2 ways. You just wore your school uniform to school, and then you got changed into your kit, but it would
Yeah.
take too long.
Mm.
And I don't know. The teacher was just like, no, just
wear
wear
your bathers.
your bathers underneath. And for like, I think in theory it was okay. The boys will wear their little tight budgie smugglers, and the chicks will wear whatever girls wear.
Yeah.
And then that never seemed to be the case
The
because it was,
boardies ripping out the bottom.
yeah, it was early. It was the early 2000s, right?
Kind of
So it wasn't even as like the boys would wear shorts. It was they'd wear like fucking 3/4 length
board
boardies.
shorts.
So I'd have like, and mine were bright fucking green, man. Like they were so peppering hot. And so they were basically just like, I'd wear these basically long shorts
School shorts.
that would basically go to like where my socks ended up. And then I'd have thick shorts over the top of those. So I basically had like 3 pairs of pants on these 40-degree days.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, there's like the 2 inches of boardy hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was your clout, man.
That's a classic.
And then we used to, whatever time it used to be, we'd all board the bus. Like the teacher would go, all right, we're all fucking off to swimming. And then you'd all rock up to class. And there was a fucking buzz. There was always a buzz about when you do swimming lessons. And I was like, fucking oath, we don't even have to do math. We don't have to do math. We get to go fucking jump in the pool. That's what we get to
drawing.
do. That's what we get to do for it. We get to
Put
go.
the crayons down. We're going swimming.
We used to get to just jump on and then we'd all go down and line up at the bus. And that used to be equally as fun. Like you just have some the pedophilic bus
Loosest
driver.
dude ever.
Like, yeah.
So high.
How they used to get a gig beyond me.
They were always like,
It's a community service.
like
for
if
the
I
prisoners.
saw any of those bus drivers in the city, I would
Right.
like avoid them.
Man, just yeah.
Like on a
100%.
night out, if you saw
Oh.
all the bus drivers you've ever had in primary school,
Jesus.
you were crossing the street.
Carnage. But yeah, you used to get on the back of the bus, and they used to be fucking old buses, no air conditioning.
Oh.
You'd crack all the windows. Like the poor teachers would get on the bus, and they just immediately start sweating because they know it only was a short trip, but it was like 5 to 10 minutes of just. I feel like we used to sit out front of the school waiting for all the kids to get on longer than we were even at the fucking place swimming.
Because like the way they would sort of do it is like year 6 would go with year 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
Because then you got an even sort of distribution
Yeah.
on the grades.
Yeah.
They're clever, those primary school teachers, I tell you.
And so you'd have like 2 bunch of year groups, and they'd all be sat in a certain way. And if you had to sit next to someone who wasn't in your year,
Oh.
you'd be like, "Fuck this, man! This is a joke." But the buses used to be so fucking hot, and the metal on the bus, like you get
Oh,
third
yeah.
degree burns just touching the wrong part of that
Rails,
bus.
Yeah.
It was fucked. And like the teachers used to be beyond careful about head counts. Like we would spend, I reckon, over the course, I think we did swimming lessons for like 2 weeks. I reckon basically a whole day was over that whole period would have been accumulated
every
just
day for 2 weeks?
just counting, like just teachers putting like 1 and then they touch on the head
Yeah.
2, 3
In-
the whole way up just to make sure they didn't fucking forget anyone.
When I was in year 4, we always had the same number. It was based on our roll. And we would go through, and then Mr. Doyle, absolute king, he'd be
Shout
like,
out.
all right, everyone numbers. And then by the end of it, we were like, quick. Like everyone would be like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if like 4 was missing, someone would be like, Sam's not here. 5, like they
Yeah.
knew.
Oh.
That's unreal. We
That's
did not
genius.
have a system like that.
We weren't smart enough.
Our teacher forgot someone once. That was
Actually?
fucking yeah.
At
That
the
was
Leisure Flex?
fucking-
Or
not?
yeah,
Please
at the
or
Leisure
at the
Flex. No, at the Leisure Flex.
That's fucked.
It's so funny. It happened both ways actually. It's obviously less important if they get left at the school. There was a big I think he was Chinese kid, right? And
Proceed.
Where are you going?
he got left at the school once, and it was just one of the funniest things.
Oh, that's it.
Because he wasn't a good swimmer, and so part of
Wait, he
me,
got left out of school.
part of me thought he didn't.
He just didn't want to go.
Yeah, he just decided to go chuck a piss at the right time, and just no one never thought about him. One other kid got left at the pool, and I remember we all got back, and it was just like, "Where's Simon?" And everyone was just like, "Don't think he came in today." And then someone was just like, "No, he definitely was. He was sitting next to me earlier."
Face down. At the
And then one of the teachers had to ring like one of the other teachers on their old like Nokia
yeah.
001 or whatever the fuck Nokia number
Yeah.
was up. And she was just like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to bring Simon back, like on your bus, because unfortunately, when all 60 kids got out of the pool, he did not take that as his cue to get out with them."
Spewing.
Yeah. It was such an interesting time.
Yeah,
Swimming lesson.
So good. How do they wait? Does it last for 2 weeks or does it go for
2
a term?
weeks, yeah.
I don't know. I think
Isn't
it's,
it a
no, it's,
term?
no, it's not a
No,
term.
Jesus.
Fuck, that's a lot
So
of
you go
swimming.
every day for 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's fucked up. That's a lot of. That's intense.
yeah, 10 days.
That's a lot of swimming. But
And you used to like get split up into your levels, really separate the
Yeah.
boys from men.
yeah.
When like you've got this poor kid who is pretty cool, and then it turns out he's like a level 2, and you're like, oh, so you're
yeah,
cool.
You really go down there.
But if we find a bucket that's big enough,
You're,
that'll bring
you're
you
a
back to
goner.
yeah.
Especially
yeah.
when like level, not like obviously if you can't swim, like it's probably like you didn't swim when you were a kid, fair enough. But like
Yeah.
some of the stuff you do in level 1 is embarrassing, quite frankly.
Just
Oh,
bobbing
yeah.
for
Come on, you're
apples.
10. Yeah. One of them is like put your face underwater and blow bubbles. Well, to be fair, if you've never done it before, it's pretty scary.
Fair enough.
The awkward part was when
How are you meant
used
to go
get,
up a level in 10 days?
That
That's
used
a
to happen.
hustle.
It used to happen. I once went up 3 levels in 10 days.
Fuck.
Because you don't have long to work out the grading. So straight away as they work out you can fucking swim, it's just like, we got to get him into another level because we've only got like 4 more days of this shit.
Yeah.
And so you could very quickly, like my first day I was in one, and then the second day you're in another class, and then you do that for the first week, and it was like, yeah, this kid's better than that. Let's get him up.
Does everyone go swimming or is it just private schools?
Oh,
Well,
great
yeah.
question. You're asking quite a
quite a privileged audience.
yeah, as we frequently get told on TikTok, 3 white straight males
Yeah.
just chatting about
Private
shit.
Catholic education boy.
Yeah,
You know how it is.
If I had a choice,
Yeah.
I would have mixed it up just for a bit of diversity on the pan. But unfortunately, we're brothers. The most awkward part about the
Oh, yeah.
coming back to school the whole swimming period.
You can't.
was coming back to
before this.
Oh Jesus!
The change rooms where the old dudes are always naked.
Oh yeah.
Fuck man, that's one way to find out what shit
small your
shouldn't
cock
look
is.
like. Oh
That
man,
is
you just used to like be giggling. I've never seen so many boys giggle in my life. You'd like have a shower, then you'd walk into the
shower.
walk into the you'd walk into the change rooms, and it was just like cocks out for everyone.
The
man.
boys, literally.
Cocks out for the summer.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And it's just, it's like at eye level as well when you're only 10. It's just like you walk in there, you're not seeing anything but like Frank and beans,
It's
obviously.
sagging down right to your eye level.
Oh, Jesus. Don't trip on John. But you used to get back to the class,
Yeah.
and then you'd have to get changed. And for whatever reason, like, they wouldn't let you stay in your boardies. It was get out of your boardies ASAP. For whatever reason, like you can wear boardies all morning.
Wet boardies on the seat.
The seats.
Oh, it didn't make much sense.
And when you couldn't go to the toilet, they made us change.
Yeah, because
In
it used
the
to take
classroom.
too long for everyone to go to the toilet.
Yeah, fair.
Because you got like how many boys? Like 30 of us
30,
boys,
yeah.
and there's like 3 cubicles. And if you send 30 boys to a block, like a change room area, mate, shit's gonna hit the fan. Quite literally, quite literally. So yeah, we'd all just basically I remember we split it. So like girls were in one classroom, guys were in the other classroom. And everyone would just get naked for like, the briefest period. Like you used to be so tactical.
Milliseconds.
It's
So
into
tactical.
the flash.
So tactical.
Literally.
But then, actually, nah, I won't. Nah,
I remember there's also like the classic.
Nah.
You'd like
Oh, maybe I will.
put your towel up over the chair or two if you're lucky and
That's
have
a
a little
classic.
change room. And then you're like, okay. I'm standing here in my undies, which is apparently fine. And now I'm going to tear these, or like you have the shirt on and you like tear it off and you're like holding your shirt down.
Oh, yeah.
Which really, isn't a thing that kids should have to do.
But
quite
the,
frankly.
but the thing is, the shirt only works one way. Like if you pull it down at the front, it's going up at the back.
You're seeing that booty.
Oh, wait. We used to sprint back from the bus to the class to get the corners. There's only 4 corners. 4 kids to get lucky. Each
Like, just-
changing. Because you get in the corner that way, your backside's covered.
Yeah,
Or you can
booties
face...
chase-
Your
You
face.
can face forward and just compromise the back end, the back door.
Just brown eyeing a whole class.
Yeah, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna talk
Do
about
they
it.
still do this? I feel like.
I don't reckon they could anymore. Like this might be one of those generational things where it's just like, well, back in my day, we used to just get our penises out. Oh,
We
what a
had
time
this,
to be alive.
I don't know. I don't know if we'll cut this.
Oh, I love it when you
Good lead
preface
in.
a story with that.
We had a. Well, I'll see how you guys go with this. We had a guy in my.
All right, we're cutting it. We're cutting it.
We'll beat
We're
that
cutting
out.
it.
We'll leave that out.
Continue just for
you
us.
reckon?
Probably not. Keep going.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. And he used to. He used to not care, obviously.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just get it out and
We-
wave it around.
Oh, wave it
Yep.
actively.
Yep.
Show it off.
You know,
we
you
had-
king.
We had a couple of boys who were a bit nudisty.
Confident.
Yeah, confident.
Not much to be confident about.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
What about grommet kids? You used to have those.
Yeah, sorry. Can't go swimming. I need to put my AirPods in. Otherwise, like,
grommet kids are the funniest.
they have the little fucking.
The only thing worse than not being able to swim is having to wear grommets.
what are grommets?
All right, boys. The grommet kids.
kids.
The
The
grommet
kids.
The grommet kids.
I actually had a few questions about grommet kids, boys,
Good.
that I didn't get to bring out in the episode.
You didn't even know what they were.
Yeah.
Which was arguably the funniest part of the whole thing. Like, it obviously went really well on TikTok. Like, we've had, 150,000 people watch that video on TikTok. It's gone absolutely a gangbusters, grommet busters, as we like to say, never.
Hell yeah.
A lot of people tag. It has had so many people share it,
Oh, I had
and
like.
so many people tag their mates, going, "Haha, you wore grommets."
Yeah, a lot of grommet kids in the woodworks.
Yeah, who would have thought when I put it up, I was like, I don't know how relatable this is.
Very, by
Clearly
the
it
sounds of
is.
things, very.
173.2.
And it ends with me and Joe just like we're absolutely fucking wetting ourselves at the thought of
700 shares, 600 comments.
at the thought of grommet kids just getting wedgied.
Numbers.
And then Riley just turns, bung eyes the camera, and just goes, "What is
fuck is a grommet
what is a grommet kid?" And I think
question.
I think that's my favorite part of the whole thing.
I didn't have any in my year.
I thought grommets were little bugs.
Are the grommets? This
I
is a
thought
great
grommets were the
question.
disease.
Are the grommets? Are the grommets the plastic things that go in the ears?
Yeah. So what a
Or are
grommet
they
is?
the?
What a grommet is
The issue, the
so
disease-
someone
the
has a
disease
problem with their inner ear or their
Okay.
eardrum or something.
Yeah,
I think
cool.
it's their eardrum,
Dr.
nice.
Joe.
and they get a hole sort of drilled in there
Yeah.
with a little plastic thing that is essentially like a pipe that goes into the eardrum.
Sounds pleasant.
So the reason why they need to put the earplugs in,
Yeah.
which we were incorrectly calling the grommets, is to stop water from getting.
Are
through
they
the
not
little-
grommets?
Yeah. I
No, the
understand
grommet is
that.
the little pipe thing.
So what are
So
the
what are the
what are the
plugs?
earplugs?
Just the
Earplugs.
Oh,
What about the big headband?
That's just a headband.
that's just for swag,
It's
boy.
not, it's not as fun.
No, it's just to add.
It's just for swag.
Oh.
Goodness gracious! But yeah, that was one of my favorite moments of the year, and that only came in
Yeah.
pretty recently.
Yeah.
One that came in not as recently, but it is arguably it's one of the funniest occasions I think we've had throughout the year. It's one of the moments where you just want to be a fly on the wall. There's not many of those, but I think this one definitely takes the cake, and it was your university tutor, Riley,
Hey.
that closed the year in some would say dubious style.
Yes.
Derobed.
Derobed.
Literally.
Derobed.
This did well on TikTok as well.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! It was a tale.
Fuck yeah.
It was an absolute tale.
It was a good one to be a part of.
Guys, we're obviously talking about Riley's naked university tutor.
I'm happy to say, uni is done.
Congrats, man!
Congrats,
You
they finally
graduated.
kicked you out.
First year of uni. Tick, baby.
Have
One
you
down,
you haven't
two
don't
to
know if
go.
you've passed anything.
Don't know
yet.
if I'll pass yet, but I think I have.
Okay, that's the key.
Did you have assessments or exams?
Assessments.
No exams.
No exams.
It's a good vibe.
Bit of a vibe, yes.
What a vibe.
But I've had some classic classes this semester. If you haven't, or if you've forgotten what class I enrolled in, drawing.
This is more for us.
Guys, introduction to documentary, number 1.
What is that?
Do you have anything for that one?
Radio and podcasting. That was a good laugh.
We do it each week.
Then I did drawing, which was
I thought you already said drawing.
drawing was my favorite.
Okay. Would you only do 3 units?
I had a banging semester. No, and then I did MSP 100, which was like a shitty. You have to do it at Murdoch.
What is that?
It's like just
A-
like
academic
your
technique.
career courses. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Like
Anyway.
a very light
Yeah.
schedule. He does
The career course for film students is super easy.
He does.
Yeah, leave all that blank, Riley.
It's just a Centrelink form. Okay, you gotta fill that one out.
Yeah, but it was a banging semester. I loved all my classes.
I bet it was.
She was good
You've
fun.
literally just
Drew. I was learning calculus. when
I
was
made
in
some great friends, some lifelong friends,
You did
and
podcasting as a unit. We
I
do
don't
that.
vomit
Yeah,
it on your floor.
with the boys, you know. It was just good times. Like, especially that radio class. That reminded me of high school. Just like
How?
me and one of my mates up the back. We're just fucking around like the whole time. It's just like this is high school vibes.
Okay. Did
Yeah.
you pass that one?
Yeah, if it's just as fun when you do it next year.
Yeah, I yeah, I passed that shit. But yes, my favorite was drawing.
Okay.
Drawing was definitely the hardest.
Yeah, because you can't draw.
I can't draw. Here's a photo. I'm bad at drawing. But yeah, so it was a struggle to begin with, and I knew that the teacher knew that it was going to be a struggle to begin with, because we had some talented, very talented people in that class who were like, I would look over at their work and be like, "Holy fuck,
Yeah.
like that's sick." But one of the most
I would love to see a
it
drawing.
was an interesting unit because I did feel out of like I shouldn't have been there a little bit vibes.
By external
'cause you
noise
shouldn't-
or from
No,
Yeah.
internal?
From internal. Like, it was
Okay.
not internal.
People
like, no,
spit on me as I walk into class.
But you're there to learn.
yeah, exactly. So that was the only thing saving me. But yeah. So
Are you better now at drawing?
this was my second. Oh nah. Oh, kind of. Yeah, a little bit. Teacher was really good. He did. He showed us.
We'll get to
He
that.
showed me. Yeah.
We'll get to that.
But the second last class of the unit was
Mhm.
by far the most eventful.
Okay.
Neither of you know about this.
Okay, good.
Ooh.
This happened a week before we recorded the Jared episode.
Yeah.
This shit's been in the bank for a while, boys.
Okay.
This is a funny one. Radio, so
Speaking of the bank, how good's Jared's latest TikTok going?
that's banging.
Anyway, shut up.
Anyway, so I'm walking into class, and there's a girl in from my high school that I was walking in with.
Yep.
We're walking there, and I'm not going to tell you what was happening in the class yet, but we were looking at each other like, this is going to be an interesting class. we're giggling a bit. We're a bit nervous. We're like, what's going on?
I think I know what it is.
Is this going to be a Mr. Bean nude sort of vibe?
Yeah.
It was a Mr. Bean nude sort of vibe.
There was a naked person in your university class.
That's bomb, dude.
Yeah.
No wonder you're so happy.
That's
with
actually so chill.
I know. That's so weird.
it. Was it a bloke?
Nah.
Yeah.
Funniest
I feel
part
like I
was
really nailed his girth.
in the first class of the semester, like, the teacher went through the unit guide, and he had to like inform us that this was going to be happening in case anyone wanted to drop, or like warn us not to come to that class. But I was like on the, I was on the edge of
I'd like bookmarked.
I was on the edge of failing the unit because I missed 3 classes already. If I missed another one, I was Gonski, so I had to go.
Oh, that's the reason.
I had
It had to be done. And my drawings were abysmal. I feel bad for the chick. So I was like, if she sees my drawing, she'll be like,
He's going to have body issues.
yeah, she's going to be so insecure.
I really want to see this photo. Can we throw the photo up right now?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But yeah, he did warn the class. And I think
crying.
I don't think anyone asked, but I think he addressed the question, male or female, what will it be? And he was like, we don't know yet. Like, we've gotten mail a few times, but the mail's a bit, confronting. So I was expecting the model that came in had like an absolute schlong. An absolute ripper of a schlong.
It's been a bit of a boring ep, not gonna lie. Oh, if you've hung in there for the 50th minute, you've definitely got your values worth, I reckon, folks.
They were drawing. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna need another pencil. I'm running out.
Yeah, good times.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
But
I'm actually crying.
yeah, it's funny. But yeah.
So did you drew the woman?
Yep.
Okay, how did it go?
We have 2 hours. So the weirdest part was like,
struggling to draw.
When everyone else left, including the chair. You're just
the weirdest part was that for the first like 5 to 10 minutes, it was a bit like, oh, what's happening? But no one reacts. Like everyone's just like, this is normal. But then yeah, after like the 15-minute mark, it's just like, this is happening. This is just the new normal. Like by the end of it, it's just like, alright. I bet.
Get to your podcasting class, hoping for the same.
Yeah.
Guys at the front naked with a microphone.
I went to the gym that night with one of my mates, and I was like, "How's uni going?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I've been studying for exams and stuff." Like, I was like, "Oh yeah, same." But yeah, so that was like a highlight of uni. But then also the biggest highlight of uni this semester was actually my drawing teacher.
Oh, okay, good. Now he's a king. We probably should have done this in a bit more of an earlier time slot. No, he is a king. What's his name?
Kaboom tunes.
Kaboom Tunes. Okay. You can. I'm just gonna try and compose myself.
I'm gonna get up his @on Instagram.
Yeah, good.
But yes,
shout.
he
Oh Jesus Christ.
he used to work for Pixar.
He did.
Disney.
Disney.
Disney more specifically.
How did he get in contact with one of these people? Is this a relative of his or?
What, the Disney?
No.
Oh, yeah, I think the uni just runs it.
It's just one of the other tutors.
Well, yeah, it was just the weirdest. She also, like...
Kathy, it's your semester.
Obviously, like, we knew... He's up next semester.
Confronting. What would you do if it was him that was just like perched on
Like, he's just like, sorry guys, you can find anyone this year.
Well, funny story. His daughter listens to the podcast. Yeah, because I was there one week. One week I was there. I think it was actually the same week, like after the class. I was talking to him. He was like, "Oh, my daughter found your podcast and stuff." Like,
Oh god.
pretty cool. But yeah, good times.
She's going to enjoy this stuff, I reckon.
Daughter Akiva would be absolutely loving this segment.
Oh, Jesus.
But yes, his name's Jason Trevenant from Kaboom Tunes.
Oh, massive
Is Disney
shout
out.
out.
He worked on all the Disney sequels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huge.
For like 15 years.
So
So
there's like classics in
absolute
there.
ripping.
God.
yeah.
And he
Peter
gifted
Pan
us.
He
Returns
gave
to
us, yeah, he said, because he said to me that, he was like, heard you boys have a podcast. He was like, and I know that you like basketball because we were chatting about basketball a few weeks before that. He was like, who are some of your favourite players? So I dropped some big names and he gave us some posters.
Yeah, he did. And they're actually fucking sick.
Fucking oath. He goes, the Giannis
Kobe
Kobe.
and MJ.
and MJ.
And they look absolutely dope. We'll have to get them framed
So
and we'll
cool.
chuck them up. I'd like to chuck them up either up here or at the new, new studio. When
Fucking
the new
oath.
studio
It's
comes
so
good.
cool.
Oh, Christ. That is a genuine story.
But yeah, so it was absolutely like, it was cool that I was like, this teacher is not only like a cool teacher, but
Yeah.
we're chatting after class and he's like, you know, he's a cool guy.
My favourite
liked it.
thing, now that you've said that, all I can imagine is like he's had a fantastic day at uni, probably one of his highlighted days as well. And he's look at what we've got in store. But my whole thing is like he knows that his daughter listens to our podcast prior to this episode, and you've spoken about the class. I imagine he has walked home that night and you went, I'd tune in a couple of weeks' time. It's going to be a fucking alarm.
You ended up failing the class, didn't you?
Yeah, a bit of a shocker there. Apparently did not get enough naked marks to pass the class.
Are you gonna? Is that why you're gonna redo it? Is that the?
Yeah, I got an
He's
email.
Pending stuff exam.
I was sitting on the toilet on a Tuesday arvo on the holidays from uni, and I get a message, an email from one of the shoots. He's like, "Brother, you did not do well enough to
Brother
pass.
Mingo.
You didn't do well enough to pass. You're gonna have to send us a few more drawings in a week's time." And he's like, "And they have to be 60% or above."
And so then on the following day, Joe and I stark bollocks naked in the kitchen, and there Riley is drawing us girth for girth. It was an
I'm
absolute-
gonna need another pencil to finish his drawing.
Yes, but I grinded my heart away throughout the week.
Yeah, me and Joe.
Put the hours in and
Goodness.
sent it away. I don't know if I passed yet, so we'll definitely get back to you.
Leave you on a cliffhanger.
Yes.
Goodness me.
As we get
There
into
you
the
go.
top two.
Some MacPack nudes. Yeah, okay, I like it. We have two left. Jesus. Now these two are arguably the most iconic little tales we've told this year, I reckon.
Definitely. The big two.
We obviously had some absolute rip snorter episodes and some rip snorter stories, but
Snories, eh?
yeah, snores. But yes, this was arguably one of it definitely comes in my top 3 of the year and probably my top 3 of all time.
This is my number one.
It is a story that happened many a year ago and it features none other
Ben.
than the Nana
Yoo!
of the MacPack
Nando!
the MacPack podcast.
Nando!
And
Nando!
take it away, Nan.
I vividly remember getting a text in class on like our family chat, and it was just Joe saying like I'm a bit crook, not feeling too flash, and Mum going, "Oh, like hope you're all good," and you made it obvious that you weren't feeling all that flash. Now Mum was at work, you were home alone,
Yeah.
and basically she called Nan and was like, "Ask Nan to come around and look after you."
Yeah, because there's like times where you're sick, you just got a cold over, you just need a rest. But then there are other times where
You're
you're
quite ill.
violently ill.
Yeah,
and
and that's one of these times.
yeah, you can't really be alone because you feel you're just that ill.
Yeah.
Aw.
So Nan,
Nando.
So the call went out to Nan.
Nan,
Nan, come down, look after Joey boy. And I don't even think Mum would have said that. Would just let Nan know that you were home alone.
yeah.
And she just would have gone, bloody hell, I'm going to go look after the young
Yeah.
fella. It's about 10, 15 minutes.
And I think on the way, I think she popped into Brumby's.
Juicins.
Brumby's.
Brumbies, yep.
But while she was coming over, I was not having a very good time.
He was not.
So I was in the laundry, vomiting
Yep.
a shit load, essentially. It was one of those ones where like it was just sort of coming up, and I was like running,
Yeah, that's
running to
Because
the
it-
nearest like sink that's not the kitchen sink.
Like, when you're feeling it's coming, but you're like, well, I'm not going to get anywhere that
Yeah.
this is going to be like clean well off. Straight into the laundry. And the laundry was tiled. You just projectiled and it hit the basin and just like splash.
Well, I think it's one of those things where you're it's like when you get home and you're like, oh, I know the toilet's nearby, so like now I really need to.
Yeah,
I really need to
We've spoken
pee.
about this before.
So it's like that, and I'm running. It's like, oh, there's the laundry, and then like, I think
Close enough.
I think like in my head, I was like, make it to the laundry, then I can vomit. Like that was just what I was thinking. Like, get to the laundry, vomit, laundry, vomit, foot in the door, vomit. So that's what happened. And I vomited all over the floor, just yacked everywhere. Yeah, it's probably all over the washing
Yeah,
machine.
because it just splashed off the tiles, hit the washing machine, and just like sprayed, just on the whole laundry.
Landed in the dog's water bowl.
Oh yeah, pure chaos. And then when you're that sick, the last thing you want to do is
just
clean that
it up,
shit
yeah.
up. You chuffed off back to the couch, and then you text the group chat again. I remember this. I was in math. Mum's text back saying Nan's on her way, and Joe's gone, oh, that's great. And then Joe's text back, oh, I've just been sick. And then Mum's gone, that's no good. And then all within like a matter of minutes, the text chain has just gone off. Doof, 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 doof. And I'm wetting myself in class. The following texts went as followed. Nan should be there soon. Silence. It was simply Nan slipped in my vomit, smacked her face on the tiles, and is bleeding. What do you mean? She slipped on my vomit. I vomited in the laundry. She got here, opened up the door, slipped, smacked her face square on the tiles, just about broke her nose. Blood everywhere.
And she was trying to do an extra good deed by going around the back.
Because she had a key, but not for the front door, just for the back door. And she thought she'd just like let herself in gently. She's opened up the door, taken one step in, must have slipped forward because
Yeah,
she
must have,
smacked
like,
the
gone.
shit out of her actual
Yeah, I
face.
know.
How'd you go when you come in?
I just remember feeling panicked and bad. And
Do you think there was a burglar?
Did you hear it?
no, I knew it was. I knew
What
it
was
was
this?
bad. And I was
Right?
trying to help her now. The roles have reversed.
I remember coming home, walking into the lounge, and just seeing you sat there with your head in a bucket, Nan laying on the couch with two ice packs on her head, and just thinking, big day.
Yeah, look, I still feel bad about that one, but I'm glad everyone can laugh about it.
Yeah, it's a great story.
It's a great time. And Mitchie from the Blue Collar Dogs
Yes.
pieced that together
My boy.
in one of the best little videos that he's ever produced,
That was a great one.
no doubt. And we showed Nan, and Nan had quite a bit of a chuckle
She loved it.
about that one, which was
Yeah.
good. She remembered it as well. Like I was like, oh, do you remember this? She goes, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Pretty
mate.
bad day.
It's pretty traumatic.
My nose
Hard,
still
hard to
hurts.
forget.
There's a bee flying very
Literally.
close to us.
If anyone's watching on YouTube, just the three of our heads are just going up and down there watching a game of table tennis. Yeah, no, that was absolutely
That was like
all time. That'll always live in like MacPack folklore as just like a really fucking crazy afternoon.
And that was the episode. It was like the least likely. Like the episode was one of our.
Here we go.
Like we did it morning of release. Remember?
Not really. Was that the Easter?
That
egg?
was the Easter egg.
Oh right.
Morning of release.
I
And
do
we had
remember
no
that.
idea we were really going to
That
talk
was-
about that.
That was the
came up
beers
and
on the
went.
gear. That's when Riley decided to pour a whole pint on the
Yeah.
brand new roadcaster. I think we had the roadcaster for about 18 days.
Yeah,
and
that's
Riley
just-
went, well,
I've had enough
test
of
out.
this
Let's test out the warranty.
That was just about the that was just about the end of the MacPack.
Yeah, fuck man, that was a tough Wednesday. We all got in there because it was a late week. We're going a bit off topic now. It was a late week, and we were like, we've got to get it done Wednesday. Stress. Everyone was a bit stressed.
No one wanted to be there.
Got a few beers out. Riley got a few beers on shit, and then yeah, that was a
love it.
dark. That was one of the darkest nights for the MacPack.
But we flew that
podcast.
episode around in like 2 hours.
Yeah, we
It was
did.
out.
It was actually pretty impressive. Pressure makes
Much.
diamonds, and this beer makes me nervous.
Boys, before we come into the number one,
We are at number 1. How exciting for season 2021.
Fuck yeah.
We have a few honourable mentions. Now, these are some of the ones that got voted in by a fair few punters and got voted in by us as well. A few things that we forgot to add
Hell yeah.
to the initial voting slip. Killing Mum at Golf was one that came in from someone who basically just went, yeah, that was a good tale.
It was just it was a genuine.
It was
tale.
scary, and I don't really want to live the trauma again. I played golf today, actually. I was playing really well.
Here we go.
Did I tell you?
oh,
the
golf
flex.
chat. Yeah, I'd love to
He
hear.
wants
that.
the
Yeah,
flex.
oh, because you did well.
After
yeah.
four holes, I haven't told you. I got a birdie today.
Oh, you did tell me actually.
Yeah, you told everyone in the family multiple times.
Cool, cool,
You
cool.
sat us all down in the lounge room.
Anyway,
Made a PowerPoint.
I was only plus. I was only plus.
This
I was
me.
plus 1 after 4 holes to get to the 5th hole, which is the hole I hit Mum on.
Yeah.
I finished with
PTSD.
a plus 18 for the day. So not Flash at all.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mum's demons haunting
Yeah,
you.
exactly. There's
What are some other honourable mentions?
the ghost of the Titleist lives on. The Metro's rave review, which was the first rave review you ever did.
Yep, 10 out of 10, baby.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Voted the toilet. He really liked the toilets as well. That was the
It's a culture.
move over, Scotty?
No, the move over Scotty was
Or
actually
Or Johnny? Johnny.
before.
Yeah.
Oh.
We were just talking about it and
Yep.
it had come up. That was before Riley was 18.
Crazy.
Yeah.
We also had Soup Lady, which is one that you spoke about.
Soup Lady was
Soup Lady at the
footy.
footy. I don't know which episode that was, but
Yeah, she
That
had
was a funny
really
fella.
gross soup that she had smuggled in.
it was fucking
It was coon
dis-
soup, remember?
That's right.
Yeah, that's why it was funny.
That was disgusting.
We've also got the time that Riley thieved a Beyblade.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Beyblade
Beyblade
thievery was
thievery.
That
good.
was genuine laughter.
Yeah, that was funny. It's the first time that a lot of the stories that Riley tell, it's the first time we hear of them.
That's
So
the
Yeah, he
plan.
lives a life of mystery.
Yeah.
Another one I like that Riley told was his first party bus.
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
When he begged the question, how is this allowed? Why is
I'm
this
still
a thing?
thinking it.
Bodies
It's
just flying.
actually genuinely fucked. And like I've been on a fair few now. They don't get
Ooh.
better. They just
Yeah.
fly. You fly around.
You
but
know,
it's
Yeah.
you can
fun.
vomit on a train free, vomit on a party bus.
Oh.
Oh, it's the most
Quite
expensive,
costly.
the most
Cha-ching.
expensive chanda you'll ever do.
Fucking hell.
And we had a few people who voted for Big Body Magic as well, who gave us a fair few stories about Noel,
Yeah.
which were absolutely all time. I don't think anything will ever beat the one that includes Beck.
Yes.
Yep. The Beck and Noel story.
Yeah, that is one for the ages. But number one.
Yep.
This is no surprise. This is definitely my favorite 20, 25 minute period of the whole year, to be completely Francis with you. It got us a big kickstart on TikTok as well.
Hell yep.
It saw us get a lot of chatter amongst the community. Had a lot of people coming up to me when I was out and about going, Riley, going to this venue is arguably one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
Yep.
So it was absolutely no surprise that number one for year 2021 was none other than Junior's rave review of Magnet House.
Hell yeah.
What a night it was!
What a time to be alive.
What a night it was indeed, mate. Do
I
you want
remember-
to quickly just take us through it before we hit
Yes.
play on the big
This
dog?
is a bit of a preface for the night. I don't know if I mentioned this in the story. I don't think I did.
I don't think
not
so.
in such detail. It was I can't remember. It was a Friday or Saturday. It was a weekend night, right?
It was.
Sitting at home
Yep.
on my bed, 6 p.m. I messaged the boys' chat. Oh no, the boys are messaging in the chat saying, "What are we doing? Are we going out tonight? What's the plan?"
Yep.
I said, "No, boys. Let's have a weekend off." We'd gone out like every weekend for like the last 2 months. So I was like, "Let's have a weekend off, and we'll appreciate it more when we go out the next time."
Yep.
That bee is genuinely approaching. Anyway, so I was like, "No, boys, let's not do it. It's not happening." I was like, "We've got a house party down the road in Canning Vale. Let's just go there. We'll drive. We'll come back. Easy as. Don't have to pay for any expensive Ubers.
Yep.
It's gonna be a quiet one. Gonna be a good one."
Beautiful.
But then the boys like, "Nah, let's go out." And I was like, "You know what? You've got me. I'm coming out." And then so we got to the party, and I still actually didn't know if I was 100% going yet. And then, everyone was trying to convince me. I was like, it got to the end, I was like, fuck it. Let's just do it.
And just do it, he did. All right, boys, it's time to check in with our local party boy.
Yes, sir.
It's time for Riley's Rave Reviews.
We went to the court.
Oh,
no, we didn't
back to back.
We went to Magnet House.
Oh,
Damn.
that's not the court.
Yeah, shocker. Better than the court.
Oh,
Little
there you
disclaimer.
go, baby.
Little disclaimer. Rightio. I don't know where to start the night off because I'm going to get to getting there.
Was there any pre?
There was a praise.
No, was there any pre-magnet vomits going on this week?
No.
Okay, tick.
But I'll tell you why in a second.
Oh god.
All right, so I won't tell you how we got there. That'll come up later in the episode.
Okay.
A little sneaky.
By car. Oh no, I think I know.
Yep. And so we're starting the review from bang. We're in the line at Magnet House.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
We're in the line, and as I mentioned last week,
There was a VIP, an express queue.
there's a little trick that I like to do
Oh, okay.
with the old classic vodka and orange juice in a Gatorade bottle
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
in the Uber there or the car there
Yep.
and in line.
Pulp, no pulp. We'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah, there's a little teaser. Like And what I didn't realize is that that's actually public intoxication and public drinking, which I've now found out is illegal.
Officer.
Illegal. So we made it halfway through the line.
Love that you learn every episode. If one of the fans is listening at home, can you just write down the one thing that Riley learns at the end of every episode? Because there's always something about
A
adulthood.
learning experience. And so we're in the line. And then I was just chatting to the boys. We made it like halfway through. And then the bouncer came up to me.
Have you got the bottle at this point?
Yeah, well, I was kind of like, I was standing there in the middle with the boys and I was like holding it. And I was like,
In the line.
well, I was talking to the boys. I was like, well, this isn't really like allowed.
No, it's like me standing in line
But
with the
then
beer.
The boys were like, well, it kind of looks like Gatorade. It's in a Gatorade bottle. You might get away with it.
Yeah.
Who's drinking
and then
The bouncer
Gatorade?
was
Randomly,
born
I-
yesterday.
Randomly, I get this tap on my chest.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
And the bouncer goes, give me a drink. I'm like,
You
"Oh,
thirsty?"
we're on here. So I gave it to him. And then he opened it up, sniffed it. And he looked at me and goes, what's in here? And I go, bit of orange juice.
Oh, with such arrogance.
And then
as well.
he sniffs it again and goes, anything else? And I was like, I mean, he could probably smell it. And, and if I lie, I'm in more shit. So I thought, if I'm just a great bloke about it, he'll be like, fair enough.
We
And I
heard.
go, yeah, it's a bit of vodka in there as well. And then he's like, oh, okay, come here. So
So now you're out of
took me
line.
out of the line. And then,
Is there like a crowd in front of you and behind you going, ooh?
oh, yeah, there were like heaps of hundreds of people in line.
And were they looking at you? Were you now the center of attention?
I don't know, it's pretty fun. But I was standing like next to the curb now with the bouncer.
Which is exactly where you want to be with the bouncer.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
you, the
And then,
bouncer.
I'm about to stomp you on that.
We just rendezvoused with the boys in the city. I was keen for a great night, keen to try out Magnet House. We were talking about that the boys were like, oh, like, let's go. We're going to do like
The
Ray reviews, you know, let's make it a good time.
Love that it's now a part of your life.
And then he,
Did you tell the bouncer? You go, man, if this experience is good for you.
Well, here's the thing. He started speaking. He was like, my manager pointed out to me that you have this drink. And his manager was standing to my right.
Yeah.
And the bouncer
Yeah.
was on my left. And he said, yeah, my manager pointed out that he had this drink and I had to come get it. He was like, oh, this is public intoxication and like public drinking. It's illegal. You're not allowed to do it. And for that
Have you got a
reason-
notebook out at this point and taking notes?
And I was like, oh, yeah, like, fuck. Yeah, fair enough. I was like, oh, yeah, I just turned 18. I'm sorry, that's my bad. He was like, yeah, and for that reason, you're not going to be able to come into Magnet House tonight. I was like, I hope you have a good night, though. Shook my hand.
So you didn't go to Magnet House?
Well, that's the thing.
Oh, no. So where are your mates at this point?
So
They've watched you just basically get invited to the
So I
curb.
turned back around, and the boys saw me talk to him for like a minute, less than 30 seconds, shake his hand, turn around. The boys were like, oh, that was probably a good chat.
So he went to shake your hand.
Yeah, he was like, I hope you have a good night.
That's a weird thing to do when you're kicking
Well,
someone
because he
out.
wasn't like pissed. He was just like, oh, my manager told me like I can't, you know, like I have to,
Yeah.
actually chase this one up. And
It's really got nothing to do with him.
so then I turned around to the boys, and the boys were like, oh, what happened? Like, oh, yeah. And like, are we all good? Like, you guys seem like you had a good chat. And then I was like, yeah, nah, can't come in. Like he said, I'm not allowed in. And then
Is he still with you at this point?
nah, he started walking back, and then Cade was like, nah, just get in the line.
Oh, no.
So then I was like, fuck, fair enough. So I took
So
a
is he surely you
so I
see
took a
him-
little step in the line, and then Cade was like, no, don't stand on this side. Stand on this side, like back like near the curb, so it looks like we're just talking, and hopefully he'll just forget. Or, you know,
He's
like,
not
I
going
might-
to forget. He's not
Yeah.
going to forget.
And then he came back, and he was like, did you hear what I said?
Oh, no.
I was like, yeah, I'm just chatting to the boys. And then he was like, look, tonight I can't let you in this line. There is another line. And then he was like, have a good night. And then he started walking off, and I was like, wait. Like, come
Sorry,
back.
what?
I was like, bro, what are you talking about? Come back.
Having a full-blown discussion.
And then he came back, and then
It's
he was
like a riddle, isn't it? It's
He
just
was
like,
like-
I can't leave you in this line. But there is another line. Have
Okay.
a good
Wait,
night. Yeah, for another venue in Fremantle.
and then I was like, oh, like this is my first time here, like just fresh 18, you know, like, am I like what's happening?
Great question.
And then he was like, he just looked at me and he spoke really slowly. He was just like, tonight you're not going to be allowed in this line, but there's another line. And I was like, so are you saying I can go into another line? He was like,
there, you can't come in this line. And just walked off. And then I was like,
He's just trying to do a nice thing and you have no idea.
Yeah,
what's
you're just like, what's happening?
so then I just like walked down the street. I was like, because the boys were like, oh,
In search of another line?
well, that's the thing. I wanted to play it cool.
Because at this point, it's going well.
I went over, I like talked to the boys. I was like, someone come with me into the other line. Which I didn't know existed. Didn't know where the fuck it was. And then, because all our first time at Magna House as well. So then I turned around and I was wearing this like blue jumper as well, like very identifiable. And then I just like walked down and stand in front of the kebab shop on my phone, and I see the manager like walking up and just like looking at me, just like checking like what I'm doing if I'm gonna try like sneak in, and then like get to the just like walk to the back
Magnet's
of the line.
most wanted.
So then I was just stood there for a bit, and I was like pretended to be on my phone, like pretended to be like texting, like maybe like calling Uber. Or
Yeah,
something.
the security guard. Where's the line?
And then the security guard and the bouncer came back around, and he just looked at me. He was like,
Into the kebab shop now.
no, I was like standing next to the kebab
The grab
shop.
shop is right.
And he
next
looked at
to
me, he was like, "You're good, bro?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm okay." Like, what the fuck is happening? and then I like looked up from my phone after a while because I wanted to play it like innocent. I didn't want to like keep making eye contact with the manager because that's sus.
Yeah, because everything you've done to this point, bang up.
Super chill.
So I like put my phone away, look around, don't see him, take my jumper off, hold it on my chest,
Yep.
walk back down.
So
to
now you're a new person. You're a new person.
what's the place down at Amplifier?
Amplifier, yeah.
So I walk down the alley, the Amplifier.
Are you by yourself?
Two blokes standing in the line, and I go, "Lads,
Are you by yourself?
Yeah. I was like, lads, is this the second line to...
You're going to get killed one day.
I was like, is this the second line to Magnet? That lovely blokes, kings. And they were like, yeah, apparently it is. And like, apparently it's cheaper entry, so we're just like chilling over here, right? And then so we had a few yarns. And then
I'm nervous.
And then one of the boys called me, Josh and Cade.
Yep,
walked
shout out
around
to the
corner
boys.
And gave me a ring. And then I answered and we were talking for a bit. And I like looked to my right. Boys are standing literally a meter away from me. And we were just chatting on the phone for a bit. And then the boys...
So they're in a separate... They're in the
No,
new
no.
line.
They were just like standing, like looking around for me. But
Oh,
they were
okay.
literally just standing next to me.
Yeah.
And then Josh turned and was like, "Oh fuck."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
yeah,
then,
understood.
And then Cade was like, "Give me a jumper." So we swapped jumpers. And Cade wrapped the blue one around him, and I wrapped the grey one around me. Ultimate cover up.
Yeah. Everyday hero coming.
And then we get into Amplifier. Amplos.
So have they gone into Magnet?
A few of the boys have.
But not these three?
No, not me, Cade and Josh.
Yeah, okay.
We went through Amplifier. Yeah, because he was like, yeah, apparently there are like doors that open up intermittently throughout the night, and then eventually they just open.
Yeah, it's just the same. Yeah.
And then, yeah, so we get in, and, well, this is the people review. So far, we've talked about the people.
Yeah, one
People
in
so
particular.
far, doing pretty well.
Yeah, he kicked you out of the line.
Well, yeah, like he told me, he was like, well, my manager told me off, but like, I still want you to come.
Okay, yeah, sort of.
You know, I want you to party. He was being a good bloke about it.
Yeah.
So, from him and the line lads, people are getting so far a good review.
Yeah. You're not in the club, though.
But then-
at this point. This is just
Yeah, this
people
is
on the
just-
street.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Flashing
just
forward a few
people
hours.
on the street.
Yeah.
Street talk with Riley at this
We're
point.
flashing forward a few hours, 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Yeah. Still on the street.
There's this one guy in the mosh who's like 30.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird dude.
Yeah.
Off his chops. Trying to fight everyone.
Nice.
Started pushing like people around us. Accidentally tripped on Cade.
He's
Picked
not
up-
that small.
Tried to pick up Cade. But picked him up.
What, like a child?
But like fell back. Cade and him fell over. Bloke got up, picked up Cade. One hand on the bum, one hand on the balls. And just like lifted him up. And Cade was like, "What the fuck?"
and
then,
he's
like-
in the air, yeah.
Yeah, but then he was like dapping around. He was like, "Oh, you're a good bro." I'm so like, I didn't mean to like.
Oh, like picked him up off the ground.
Yeah.
Right.
But then he was being a fucking like dog, like actual dog, like walking around, like
He's
trying to
barking.
grab, just walking past like girls, just like grabbing them by the head, trying to kiss them. Just being an absolute flog. Tried to start on like a few lads who were like standing next to us, and they were just like 2 of them, and there was like 15 of us. So then we were like come with us, and we like broke up a fight and shit.
Oh, I forgot to mention
Absolute
earlier.
flog.
I went to Amplifier on the weekend.
This is Jake.
Got so many hooks as well.
So for that reason, that bloke kind of just put a huge dampener on the people.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have to be taken down to a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
For the people.
That's
No.
fair enough. So that's we've done one segment. We've done one element of the review. And
I
it's gone for
told you
about 12 minutes.
it was a big night.
It's a big ep by the sounds.
Next,
Okay.
we're getting onto music.
All right. Surely this doesn't go for as long.
We enter the club, and the first time I've ever
So
seen...
you in Magnet or you in Amplifier?
Magnet,
at this
Magnet.
point?
Everyone goes into Magnet, right?
Yeah.
What?
Yep. Keep going.
So we enter through Amplifier.
Okay, yep.
You walk through it.
Understood.
And then so we enter the club in the mosh,
Yep.
I should say, and look up at the stage. Chick DJ. There's a girl DJing.
Hell yeah.
My first girl DJ.
Woo!
She was going hard. She was popping off. She's playing Olivia Rodrigo, all these
Oh,
absolute
shit.
bangers. She was popping off, but she was kind of like the warm-up act
Oh.
for the main guy.
Who was that 30-year-old we mentioned earlier who was doing the kissing?
And I remember I was speaking to Joe's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Kira, shut up.
About, because she works at Metro's Freo.
Yep.
And I was like, how do you get DJs to like play
Play the
music?
song.
Because when you're in the mosh, it's hard. She was like, turn on Snapchat, do the phone thing. So then the second DJ came on.
Go on Snapchat, do the phone thing.
So what you do is you go on Snapchat,
Yep.
you turn your phone on, you take a photo,
Oh, and you
phone
say,
it, you type it out, make it full text,
yeah.
then you hold that up.
Okay.
Yeah, so a bit of that was going on.
Oldest trick in the book.
But, so the new DJ came on after the girl, and like, the girl was popping off. She was playing some bangers. Some stuff was like, don't really know this one, but like, other people were popping off to it, so it must be like, popular club song that I just haven't heard yet. And then, and then this dude came on after her and was playing like weird like wubs that no one was vibing to. And then there were these like bunch of like a few girls that were like dancing with us. And like just like a group that like kind of joined our group.
Yep.
So it's
Yeah.
probably like a 30, like 20 people group. So I get out my phone and right after like 10, 15 minutes of wubs at like, it's like 12:30. I'm like, this is like peak moments. Like,
Yeah.
you're the act. Come in strong, you know? I get
Performance review.
I get on my
Man down.
phone, right, play a real song. Throw her up in the air. Throw her up in the air. And everyone around me, all 30 people, pointing at my phone. Just like, dude, play a good song. Play a real song. And it took him a while to notice, but eventually he did.
And
What
what
did
did
he
he go
play?
with?
He saw it and just went, and like full just shook his head. And everyone was pissing themselves. And I was like, damn, I kind of feel bad. I didn't mean to like hurt his feelings or his I was like, you know, play a song with lyrics, you know, like we want to pop off. We can't just be like boom boom. And then so yeah, so after that I put up after he saw that, I was like, well, maybe he needs a specific suggestion. So I wrote Kid Leroy Without You. Are we aware of the song?
Yeah. Interesting.
It's an
option.
actual banger. It would pop off at the clubs, especially with all my mates. And so I threw the phone up again.
Is that Leroy or Lowry?
Kid Leroy?
Leroy.
Okay.
God, you're old.
Kyle Lowry.
Throwing out the phone, waving it around, just leaving it there. Everyone pointing again. I held it up for like 10, 15 minutes. Bloke,
That's a long
bloke did not play it. And then a few of the boys who were next to me started putting up songs as well. And he literally stopped his set. Like, he like turned down his set. He was like, I don't know if you guys have been to Magna House before, but I've never seen a DJ take a song request
He said
from a
this.
phone.
He said this.
And then we all
Wait, into a mic?
into the mic. He picked up the mic and said it, turned down his music a little bit and said it. And we were like, this bloke, he's absolutely... And we, all 30 of us,
booing the DJ. He's just booed
tried
the
to boo him
DJ
up.
off the stage. You're literally just like heckling him out of the gig.
I mean, the bloke was just not... It's like, he couldn't read the crowd. No one was vibing. Clearly, the middle of the mosh, we're literally all pointing at a phone saying, play these songs, play a real song. Yeah, the booing... the booing was definitely... Like, it was definitely like... Because, like, it's a loud club. Definitely audible, though. Like, he would 100%
I
get
feel
it.
bad.
Heard of that happening.
Boo a DJ.
Just booing the DJ off.
Look, it had to happen. But then again, he did play... Like, after a while, he played One Dance by Drake.
Okay,
Which
real
did
song
pop off.
with lyrics.
And so we all, like, cheered a bit for that one.
Oh my god.
But yeah, music. Look, hit or miss. It's gonna have to be a 3.
Okay, that's fine. I think
It's still in the positive.
I'm a bit surprised. I guess
That
I haven't
girl
heard
really
many.
saved him.
Yeah, that's why
Many.
you booed him. Yeah, he was pretty decent, I guess.
No, but like the girl, I feel like the girl really carried.
Yeah.
The girl saved it, and it was cool
Right.
to have like. Oh, also, what I really rated, he was on stage for a bit while she was on, unaware of what exactly happened, but someone must have been being disrespectful to the female
Yeah.
DJ.
Oh well, you don't want to be disrespectful to a DJ.
And he picked
God
up the
forbid.
mic, and he was like, I don't know verbatim what he said, but he was basically like, don't come into a club and disrespect a DJ. No.
Cut to 20 minutes later.
No. I think he meant like.
Boo! Just spitting on the DJ.
No. He picked it up. He was like, "Don't disrespect her for being a female."
That's not
like someone was like doing something,
Okay.
obviously, and I rated that. I was like, I mean, that's pretty cool. That he's standing up for her, you know. And
So you proceeded to boo him off.
well, this is before he started playing boom 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 boom.
This is like the debrief meeting at Ringhouse. Yeah, this guy booed me off stage, and it's like your photo comes up. He goes, "I thought we kicked you out."
Yeah, magnet fucking what hoodlum. All right, now we'll get onto the toilets.
All right, let's finish up pretty
As I walked
quickly.
into
I reckon it's.
as I walked
We
into
need
the
a
club,
whole podcast. Just
As I walked into the
Magnet House
club.
review.
toilets were pretty dry, normal, clean.
Yep.
Later on in the night, a few hours later, soaked.
Did you go
everywhere.
to the upstairs toilet?
No. Path like on the floor, fucking drenched. Like the doors between, like literal puddles. Like my socks were wet.
Nice. We've said it before. We'll say it again. It's not water. That liquid, not water.
Toilet's gonna have to get a 2.
They're still getting it 2.
Nah,
Stepping through puddles. He's got wet socks.
Well,
It's
two-
getting a 2.
I'll give it a 2.5 because one was a great experience, one not so much.
Which was the great experience? Well, the first
The first
one.
one was very clean. It was just like, well, it was kind of start of the night as well.
If I'm getting piss on my actual foot,
That's a pass.
No, but like it was literally like
if I'm
imagine
going
like a
home
slip
with
and slide. That's what it was like. It was like
not what you want.
fucking
You don't want to
drenched.
Somehow,
a urine-based slip and,
And that's
slide.
why
is
one
not-
was 5 and one was 0, so 2.5 evens it out.
Goodness, I've never gotten home from somewhere with urine on me and gone, you know what? It wasn't terrible.
One of the best things about Magnet House, though, regarding Atmos, reminded me of Metro's vibes. Gave me very much Metro's vibes. Added to the Atmos.
Which, as we know, has scored a perfect 10 out of 10.
Added to the Atmos, the little thing that falls down on the mosh pit.
the ceiling.
That was sick.
The ceiling
Yeah,
lights.
like the lights. That was cool. Also, just a little spin-off story. Went upstairs to get a WPS and a vodka Red Bull.
Yep.
A Rodka Vedbull.
But unfortunately, Bank Wests were unfortunately doing maintenance at the time. And I was unaware of how much money I
What
had
an evening.
in my spending account. So I ordered the WPS and the vodka Red Bull. Got them both. Tapped, shot down, grabbed the vodka Red Bull, walked off, and she just like took the FOS machine and then just like put it down. So I was like, oh, must have worked. Walked away. Yeah, declined. Well, I didn't see it until after. But yeah, I owe Magnet House $24.
What is happening?
The next time I go, I
What
might.
is happening? What is happening?
Next time I go, I might be like,
You're a
look,
menace.
I accidentally
They're not
told
letting you back
$24.
in. Next time I go, no, you've been blacklisted.
Well, that's the thing. I was
And
scared.
if-
I was
There
scared
isn't-
texted
the thing
Amplify.
is, there isn't a single person you have interacted with in there who thinks you should still be a member of the society.
It like the camera zooms out and it's at the Magnet House staff meeting. This guy is not allowed in.
But there is another line. So
There is another line.
there is
so
another
you
line.
said-
Atmos. Gonna have to give it. It was pretty good. The only thing that was bad about the Atmos was that weird dude on the dance floor. So we're gonna have
And
to do a bit of math.
Okay, while you do that, we'll just quickly recap. So, after 20 minutes of discussing a Saturday night that is one of the weirdest, Jesus.
I've done the math.
All right, so you've kicked off the evening by standing in line and
Committing a crime.
public drinking. You've been pulled aside by a bouncer who was so lovely that he kicked you out, shook your hand, and then said, "Mate, you can't line up here. But hey, here's another line you can go
There's
to.
a back door.
Just go find it." He's then checked in on you about 5 to 10 minutes later to say, like, "Are you okay?" when you're at the kebab shop. Correct?
Yep.
You've then got into the club via another entry point,
Yep.
which he hinted at.
Yep.
You've gotten in there. You've booed the DJ off the stage.
Yep.
Run upstairs, stolen 2 drinks, run back downstairs. Basically, just added to the as you called it, the piss slip and slide.
Yep.
And the overall ranking has come in at a whopping
7 out of 10.
Jesus Christ. Will you be heading back to Magna House?
100%.
Only if you're allowed, I reckon.
7 out of 10's fair.
7 out of 10. Have you been back?
No, oh, yeah. I fucking hate that DJ.
Oh, does he do it often?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't you have a yarn? You had a yarn with him in
He
the
just
end?
ruins the night.
Didn't you have a yarn
He
with
just
him?
tries to ruin the night for everyone.
Hot take.
Just a big party pooper.
Hot take. He got tagged in the TikToks.
Yeah, and he come. Oh no, he's just.
What did he comment on TikTok?
No, he didn't comment. We got sent like someone is mates with him, and someone sent us like the
Well, we
messages.
don't. We
Yeah,
don't
he was
take.
he was like, I don't know, he was chatting shit, and I was like, come on,
Ah, well.
we're all trying to have fun. Stop
Boys-
playing wubs.
Congratulations on 2021, boys.
Hell yeah.
It was huge.
It was huge.
I'm glad we got to do that. That was good fun.
It was good fun. Wait, 2021 or the the rewind app?
The both. Mainly the rewind app. 2021 was good on its own merits, but that was good. Separate to that, we are stockpiling. We've got a huge 2022 on the agenda. We'll be back with a proper episode this time next week.
Fuck yeah.
We're just away on a little bit of a cheeky holiday.
Yeah, where are we, Jake?
No, let's not do that.
down south.
Address.
Down south. So yeah, it should be good. There's plenty to come in season 2022. Thank you everyone for tuning in for season 2021.
Fuck yeah.
If you're enjoying the show, the best thing you can do is give us a rating and a review
On Spotify now.
Spotify, on Spotify and on Apple Pods.
Yeah, pop off the Spotify. A lot of our listeners are on Spotify.
Correct. Yeah, so you can give us stars on Spotify, but if you actually want to get mentioned on the podcast, as we did so last week,
Yep.
jump onto Apple Pods and write a review, and we'll read them out on the podcast. They're always a good bit of fun.
Fuck yeah.
You can also see us on YouTube and on TikTok and on Instagram and on Facebook and all that shit as well.
You thought 2021 was big. 2022 is bigger.
It will be. But the best thing you can do that is a little bit duality is send the podcast, share the podcast with your friends.
Fuck yeah.
And just ping them a little DM and go, hey, I think you'd like this. This was almost funny. This almost made me laugh.
2022 is the year of hashtag growth.
Yes, 100%. So yeah, if you can flick the podcast onto your mates, share it, tag them in your TikToks, do whatever you want. But
Fuck
that
yeah.
is the best way that
We're starting to pack.
we get a little bit of love. And yeah, the growth has been fucking wild this year. So I only imagine that it will continue to kick off next year. But thank you so much to everyone who has been along for the journey so far. If you haven't already bought a t-shirt and you came to buy a t-shirt, flick us in a DM.
A lot of my mates have very high fashion, like
A
what's the
keen
word?
eye, high taste.
Yeah, high taste.
Yeah, and they're saying the shirt's good.
and they love the shirts.
Yeah, 'cause
so
they're
that's
thick.
what I was going for.
We didn't fuck around. We wanted a nice little boxy shirt early. We wanted a good thick material that will last the test of time.
and that's
None
what
of
we
this
got.
bullshit AS color that shrink in the wash. We
Yep.
wanted
Fuck AS colour.
we wanted proper shirts.
If you want
So
to do brand deals,
if you're gonna do it
Yeah.
right, if you're gonna do it right, and we have done. So if you want to ping us a message, or if you want to maybe jump on our website by the time this one comes out, there you go.
idiot.
Until we chat to you for the first time properly in 2022, stay safe, stay blessed, and always remember to
Go give your mama a hug.
it's ciao for now, but not forever.